Well, good evening, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started for tonight's virtual kickoff event for the American College of Healthcare Executives, the ACHE of Indiana chapter. My name is Andy Van Zee. I serve as president-elect for the chapter, as well as the programs committee chair. In my day job, I serve as vice president of regulatory and hospital operations for the Indiana Hospital Association. So tonight, we're excited for you to be on the call to kind of give a recap of both 2024 and kind of some of the exciting things that occurred with the chapter, as well as to preview as we move forward into 2025, some of the educational opportunities, as well as some of the work that our different committees are working on, and some of the opportunities that will be available to our membership. First, we want to thank our 2024 annual sponsors, Ice Miller, HEPE, Blue & Company, InnovaCare, Cornerstone, and Arc Design. If it wasn't for the generous support of these sponsors, it helps us to be able to deliver quality education and offerings for our membership. So as I mentioned, in 2024, it was an exciting year for the chapter. We celebrated 25 years of supporting healthcare leadership here in the state of Indiana. We had 34 different events spread throughout the year that were geared towards educational events, different opportunities for our members to take part in. That included hosting over 2,100 attendees at these events. The chapter also welcomed 173 new members, which this helped us to surpass 900 members. And just to put that in perspective, we are one of the, that puts us in the large chapter category for ACHE chapters throughout the country. And so, it definitely helps us to be able to, I think, expand some of our educational opportunities throughout the state. Now, obviously, one challenge we have is Indiana is a big state, and so if you look at our chapter membership that spreads from the north down through the central and southern part of the state, and we'll talk a little bit about some of the offerings we're going to do in 2025, which hopefully will help to mitigate some of the challenges we see being able to deliver opportunities to a very diverse membership in Indiana. We also saw 15 of our chapter members advance to fellow, and so we'll be continuing to offer different solutions for those that are eligible to move to the fellow category. We continue to collaborate with other organizations such as the Executive Women in Healthcare, NAHLE Indiana, NAHSE Indy, IRA Indiana Rural Health Association, and the Indiana Hospital Association. It's through these partnerships that we can continue to deliver innovative both product solutions as well as educational opportunities throughout the state. So as I mentioned, as we look at the 2025 and some of the offerings from an educational standpoint, as we started to look at how do we want to structure some of the changes that I think you'll see in this coming year, ACHE now allows for greater flexibility for virtual programming. And so we will be moving a lot of our educational events to these virtual events, which will allow us to hopefully expand the attendance throughout the state and not just typically what has been hosted in Indianapolis. So it'll be additional opportunities for individuals to attend these events, as well as we will be moving a majority of our in-person events to a single-day summit so that there'll be an opportunity to, in a one-day session, get up to 6 credits. So I'll go over a little bit some of the what you're going to be able to see as you see, here in January, we're doing our kickoff event here tonight. And so this event will be recorded and sent out to the membership. Starting in February, we will be offering our first kind of virtual event looking at strategies for effective crisis leadership. As we all know, healthcare is a challenging time. We've seen lots of crises that have occurred. And so this is an opportunity to learn some of the best practices from a group of panelists around crisis leadership. As we move into March, so the ACHE Congress, as a reminder, that will be held in Houston, Texas this year. And so already 75 members have registered from the chapter to attend that event in Houston. And we expect that number to likely surpass 100 attendees. So fairly strong attendance, even though you see Congress moving from Chicago to the Houston area. As we move into April, we'll do another virtual event, Navigating Supply Chain Challenges. So that panel event there, April 23rd. Starting then in May, as we mentioned, one of our longtime partners, Executive Women's in Healthcare, they will be providing an educational or a legislative update event, and that will be an in-person event. We will also then spread throughout the year, offer several FACHE informational events. And our first, we'll be having that in February, and our second one will be held in May. In June, we have our other partner, the Indiana Rural Health Association's annual conference, so an opportunity to get additional in-person event hours as well as qualifying education at that annual conference. In July, another in-person event through a partner, HEPI. Typically, this will be 3 in-person credit hours for that event. August, we'll have an FACHE information session. And then, as I mentioned, September 18th will be when we will be hosting ACHE of Indiana Summit. So this is an opportunity for to receive up to 6 in-person credit at a fairly low cost for those individuals that are needing to receive their FACHE continuing education credits. In October, we'll have an early careerist event as a virtual event. In November will be the IHA annual meeting, which will be an in-person event, an opportunity likely to get additional in-person credits and qualifying education. And then in December, we will close out the year with a virtual event looking at kind of rethinking the ambulatory care network as a topic. And so, as I mentioned, we'll be offering 12 in-person credits, throughout the year. We're looking then at offering anywhere from 6 to 12 virtual event credits, as well as then quite a few qualifying educational events through our partner organizations. So there on the screen, you can see we already have several of the events that will be coming up in kind of the, Q1 and the start of Q2 that are available for registration today. And so we would encourage you to take a look at those events in your calendar and see if there is an opportunity for you to get some of these virtual credits and be part of these discussions with these panels. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Elena Smith to give an update on our membership committee.
Thank you, Andy, and thank you everyone for spending some time with us this afternoon. As Andy mentioned, my name is Elena Smith. I am the membership committee chair, and on my day job, I work at Ascension, their medical group side, doing process improvement. And my committee, we meet on the first Thursday of every month at 11 a.m. And really, we've been able to kind of categorize what are our strategies for this committee. And those are to engage members, recruit members, and retain our members. So some high-level items that we have tended to focus on for engagement is hearing from all of you, our members. What is it that you want to get out of your membership? What are areas that maybe you don't know about that we could be better at marketing, for example? So each year there will be a survey that gets sent out. And so I highly encourage you to take an opportunity to share your feedback. That way we can make improvements along the year and for years to follow. Another way that we engage, ACHE offers what's called leader to leader points. And it's a point system where if you are, talking about ACHE, talking about the benefits, and someone signs up and you are their referral, ACHE will credit you with these points. And out of those points, you're able to buy the swag items. And so that's just another way of kind of saying thank you for sharing the benefits of ACHE with a new member. Something that we started last year was we called it the member appreciation drawing. And so hopefully we're going to be doing this during those in-person events, specifically the summit that we'll do. And that's just another way of showing appreciation and engaging in our members. We were able to give away a published book from the ACHE website last year. We were able to give a member 2 free tickets to an upcoming session. So different items for different areas of where you're at in your career. Next is going to be recruitment, which is important for keeping our chapter alive. And so different areas that we focus on are going to be our higher education network, or what's called the HEN. And so those are different colleges and universities that we've established relationships with to engage in those students, to hear about ACHE, how to get involved as a student, what are the student benefits, since those are different from a member status membership. Another way that we're doing recruitment is thank you to our sponsors, because without them, we would not be able to offer what's called the student vouchers. And that's a way for students to get reimbursement back on that $75 membership. They are limited. So if you're a student on this call right now, they are limited. So be sure to get registered to be one of those that get reimbursed for those memberships. For the 3rd year in a row, we are going to be doing what's called the DEI Early Careers Membership Scholarship. And that's a way to engage our membership diversity. And we've been able to host 2 of those. And so we're looking forward to doing that towards the fall, winter timeframe. And then another way for recruitment, of course, is participating in any career fairs or tabling. So if your organization, you feel like it's an opportunity for us to spend, 10, 15 minutes with leadership talking about ACHE, talking about member benefits, please reach out to me. We're happy to go and present in front of your leadership or your teams. And then lastly, retain, of course. We are in renewal season right now. So if you've not renewed your dues, this is my spotlight to share that. Please renew your dues, or you'll continue to get emails from us encouraging you to do so. And then, of course, reinstatement. So at some point, members, when they decide not to renewal, there is a couple months where it's called reinstatement. And so we will focus on educating and sharing with those members what reinstatement looks like if it comes to that point. So these are some very high level items of what the membership committee focuses on throughout the year. There's more details, of course, along the way, but if you're interested in learning more about membership or learning more about your benefits, please feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to give you some more information.
All right, next we're going to have Patricia Griffin and Priscilla Dillon to give an update on the Career Development Committee.
Good afternoon or good evening, everybody. My name's Patty Griffin. I serve as the co-chair for career development. And really the focus of this committee group is really about ongoing professional development and how we can really help you align the tools that ACHE has to continue to advance your career and ultimately achieve fellow distinction. What we're doing this year new is we're actually going to be hosting fellow advancement information sessions. Those are going to be held once a quarter, and I'm actually going to be kicking off the first session on February 12th. So if you're a early or mid-careerist out there and have interest in learning what it takes to become a fellow, please sign up for that session on February 12th. It's a great way to just learn about the requirements, ask questions, get comfortable with, maybe you're not ready today, but how you could position yourself to be able to get ready to take the Board of Governors exam and meet all the requirements that are necessary. I think Andy highlighted all of our educational offerings, and having alignment to the requirements for all the different levels of credit that are needed is one key way of doing that. So some of the other things we're focused on is talking about the resources ACHE has through Career Edge, as well as talking about how to connect folks with our mentor and mentee network. I'm currently serving as a mentor through the national program, and in going back almost 2 decades, I was also on the other receiver side as being a mentee. So lots of great resources and just finding strategies in place to be able to connect all our members to what's available. Thank you.
Next, Wendy Merriger will give a communications committee update.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Yep, Wendy Merringer. I'm the head of the Communications Committee, and by day work at Nayu Health Foundation. So happy to serve. Wanted to first recognize our committee members, so Ryan Fear, Angie Stevenson, Jason Jefferson, and Justin Kelly. So we're together the second Thursday of every month, always looking for help and people to be engaged. So consider that an open call out. We talk about articulating the value of ACHE, amplifying its benefits, and attracting and retaining new members. So the move to ACHE of Indiana in the last year and a half was in part work of this committee, and really recognizing that what we do is join national, but how we experience ACHE happens local. And so, it's our energy and our effort spent towards trying to remind people of all the great things that happen here at ACHE of Indiana, and encouraging your peers and folks inside of your organizations to also become members. So just two asks, 2 bits of update today. The first one being you're going to start seeing some new content online. So we're working on doing member interviews and letting member voice, really drive how we show up in the marketplace. So we get a lot of great engagement on LinkedIn. So you'll see some new content. We just ask that you follow, engage, repost, and again, help us amplify what we're doing as a chapter. And then with the new brand, we rolled out, we're doing text stickers, whether you are a coffee mug person on the back of your computer, whatever that looks like for you. Again, the intention of just a conversation starter. Please, inside of your organizations, talk with with the peers and coworkers or young talent who, maybe mid-career and looking for ways to continue that development. If you're interested, send me an email or drop something in the chat, and I'm happy to make sure that you get your text stickers. Thank you.
Thanks, Wendy. Next, we'll have Carolina Braga from the DEI committee.
Thanks, Andy. Carolina Braga. Our committee meets on the first Tuesday of every month at 3 p.m. And our focus is really sharing resources, providing education, and meaningful dialogue to help everyone in our community thrive as inclusive leaders. And with that, we are coordinating with ACHE National, and just learned that currently they're taking time to create some thoughtful and complete resources that they can share with local chapters. So as that becomes available, that will be something that we'll be sharing with you all. But really, we are here as resources and providing conversation starters, and also partnering with, here are some of our many partners, and just being here as and a conversation starters. I'll say that. Thank you.
Yeah, I think as Carolina mentioned, we'll have more resources as the year goes. We are planning to have a topic on DEI during the summit. So those will be one of the credit and a half events there at that event. And so more to come as the year progresses. Next, we'll turn over to Katie Ryan for the Early Careers Group.
Hi everyone. I apologize that my video isn't on. My camera is broken on my personal laptop, but I would love to. So I apologize for that, for not seeing my face while I give this update. But my name is Katie Ryan. I'm the new Early Careers Group Chair. Our group meets on Thursdays at 5 p.m. It's the third Thursday of every month. But we are looking always to have more committee members. The Early Careers Group specifically targets people that are in the early stages of their career, whether that be, this is their first foray into the health administration world, or their career change, and they're early into their journey as a second career in this field. So technically I think definition for early careerist in ACHE is anyone under 40, but I think it can be a little bit broader than that. And we're welcome to any and all who would like to be a member of our committee. So I just have a little plug for Coffee with a Leader. It's something that we've done in the past, which is like a monthly conversation with someone in Indiana discussing healthcare topics. We're looking to continue this and hopefully kind of bring more life into it with more members. But we have the history of our recordings in or at this link if anyone is interested in checking them out. I will also in the chat put my email in case anybody has any references or would like to join our committee. But thank you.
Thanks, Katie. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Sheila Kelty, who serves as the ACHE of Indiana Board President, to make some introductions and to finish the chat tonight.
Andy, thanks for moderating this for us tonight. As Andy said, I am Sheila Kelty, and I am the president for 2024 and again in 2025, and I'm honored to serve in this leadership capacity. And I would like to introduce some of the other leaders that we have here at the level and at the state level. So first of all, I'd like to reintroduce you to Patty Griffin, who spoke earlier about the committee that she was on. But she also is newly elected as our regent. So she will be taking the baton from Chad Dilley, who has recently served as our regent, and her regent role starts in March. And so if you're not aware of who the regents are, every district has a regent, and they're the ones who are kind of our liaison to the national chapter and the Board of Governors, and really helping us to make sure that our voice as a chapter is heard at the national level, and to this role. And then also thank Chad for serving for the last few years in that role as well. Is just let you know who is on the board. So if you have not known in the past who was on the board, or if you're new to the chapter, wanted to let you know who's leading this for our oh, looks like I'm breaking up. I'm going to turn my video off so that I don't break up when I talk. So the executive committee of the board is made up of myself as the board president, Andy, who is the president-elect and in charge of the programs, Rodney Hollis, who's our past president, Chad, who is the regent that's outgoing, and then he'll be replaced in that role of the executive. Then Blish, who is our treasurer, and Wendy Maringer, who is our members you see here. Elena, who is a committee chair, is a committee chair. She's also one of our new board members here. Priscilla, who is also one of our committee members. Oh, sorry, she can't hear me still. And then you'll see Jeff and Alex, Angie, Curtis, Taryn, Jeanette, and Chris, board members, and they're continuing in their term. And then joining Carolina in her first term are Jennifer Hindman, Park Corbin, Tim Trapp. And then finally, I'd like to thank our sponsors for 2025. Andy, Corey's asking me to turn it over to you since my
Yep, okay. So yeah, I mean, as you can see on the slide, our sponsors for 2025, many of these are, we're also sponsors in 2024. So, we want to thank their continued support, as well as some new sponsors as you look with Ascension St. Vincent, Hagerman Construction, and Access Telecare. So several new sponsors that will be starting in this year. So I think as we kind of close things out tonight, our ask is for the membership to get involved. This is a team sport. It's not just those that are on the board and the committees, but really asking the 900 strong members to get involved with the chapter. Those opportunities to join a committee. And so if you see one of the committees tonight, the updates, and it really stands out and you'd like to get involved, please reach out to either Corey, who's our executive director for the chapter, or one of the board members with your interest in joining a committee. We ask you to register for the events. The success of our educational events rests on the attendance. And so we ask for you to think about registering early for those events. As we've moved into with more virtualized events, the opportunity for a much more diverse group of the chapter to attend these events in the future. Follow us on LinkedIn, so the connections that you can make with the different members of the board, as well as the chapter members. It's an opportunity to work with your colleagues through LinkedIn. Just a reminder to renew your dues. There's still some that have some outstanding dues for 2025. So the membership committee will be reaching out to those individuals, as well as you'll be receiving emails from ACHE. I will say, keeping your profile updated on ACHE's website, whether that be your email or your contact information, is critical. Some of those that have not renewed is typically due to, I would say, bad email addresses, and likely are not receiving that information. Share ACHE with colleagues, in particular for those that are in leadership roles, the opportunity to talk with early careerists or individuals maybe that have not yet joined ACHE, the benefits of being part of a larger professional organization. Then looking at whether there's opportunities to become a sponsor of the ACHE chapter, attend Congress, as I mentioned, the opportunity to attend in Houston this year. If you haven't already, looking at advancing to your FACHE designation for those that have meet the criteria for that. And then also looking at following some of our partner organizations, as we mentioned, these additional professional organizations that we have close relationships with. So with that, I think we have come to the end of tonight's virtual kickoff. Just want to again thank everyone for your attendance tonight. We will be sending out the slides and recording to the chapter members so that you have that for reference, or if you want to pass that along to others to see where the opportunities exist for the chapter. You know, as we kind of highlighted, there was a lot of great success that we saw in 2024. And as we look ahead to 2025, you know, the opportunities for really expanding our membership and, you know, really, I think having the dialogue of healthcare and just some, you know, some of the challenges and opportunities that exist within this industry. And so we welcome everyone. Thank you again for joining us tonight. And really, it's just the start of a year, and we look forward to the great things ahead. So Corey, if there is any questions, we're happy to answer. If not, want to thank everyone for joining.
Thank you.